As always, thanks for stopping by the channel here at the MinnesotaBlack RobeRegiment channel. I'm always very grateful for subscriptions, interactions, feedback, critiques, criticisms. Civility is a must. But I'm here in this video today with a very heavy heart. Why do I say that? Some time back, I interviewed a young lady named Brit Haskins. I call her young lady because I feel like an old man now. But I interviewed a young lady named Brit Haskins, and it was a really interesting conversation to have. Brit owns the Classic Hall Event Center, and it's a venue that's predominantly dominated by usage for weddings, wedding receptions, things like that. There are other events that she's had there, and in that conversation that Brit and I had, she had expressed that 2020 was set to be her best year, and they had a ton of bookings. By the time 2020 was over, it was 13 or less bookings. In one case, she had an individual who canceled and refused to pay any of the fees that had been accrued as part of Brit preparing for this. Brit messaged me on Thursday night and asked me if I could do something for her. And all she really asked me to do was share her GoFundMe page. And that was hard for her. See, Brit's a strong, independent woman of pride, and not in a sinful way, but she's proud of standing on her own 2 feet, of doing what she's doing on her own. When she took over proprietorship of the Classic Hall Event Center, she wasn't looking to be given a bunch of handouts. She was looking to run a business that she loved. And she made a go of it. If you watch that conversation that Brit and I had, and I'm going to put the link in the description below. If you watch that video, Brit takes pride in what she does. And that's the way we should be with our work, no matter what you do. But here's the problem. Brit's losing. But why is she losing? Why is Brit not going to make it? Let's talk about this. Brit messaged me, would you be able or willing to help with something? So here's what she said. So since our last convo, we have had a few more cancellations, and just 2 weeks ago was served papers from my landlord's lawyer stating I am in breach of contract. Even though me and him had a verbal agreement on my payments, he is backing out on that and giving me until March 1st to come up with $15,000. Otherwise, I will have to forfeit the space and permanently close. Obviously, I don't have a storefront for people to come support us. A friend of mine has started a GoFundMe for the event center. Would you be open to sharing my story and the GoFundMe to anyone and everyone to hopefully be able to keep my doors open? I feel absolutely sick to my stomach, even having to ask. But this is literally my last and only option at this point. So I asked a few more questions. Asked her, you still don't qualify for the state relief monies? I don't think so. I'm working on that application, but it is a long shot. I'm not a bar or restaurant, and I'm also not big enough. Venues of 1,500 or more are, though. Remember, what I said about the senator. What a coincidence. So I want to address something first. So, and we'll get to Brit's GoFundMe page. And there again, it's not just hers, it's for her business. In the state of Minnesota, venues like Brit's, because they're not large enough, do not qualify for monies. I don't think so. She's working on the application. Prior to this, they didn't qualify, okay? Prior to this, they did not qualify. There is a senator who owns, a state senator who owns a event center, and his is larger than that. This senator is a Republican, okay? Allegedly, he's offering counsel to the governor about how to handle this for event centers. Now, you want to know who does qualify for some of these relief monies, if you will? Strip clubs, yes. A place where women or men, but predominantly in Minnesota's women who take their clothes off for money, so sex trade, sex workers, places like that qualify for relief money from the state of Minnesota due to COVID-19 measures. All right? Brit Haskins, who has an event center that predominantly serves people who are entering into marriage relationships, does not qualify. But places that are 1,500 or larger as far as their capacity do. That senator's name is Senator Draham. And look at what she says here. Another representative carbon copied him on an email back in December to see if he could be of some assistance and never once heard from him. All right. So this is Brit's GoFundMe page. It's Help Classic Hall Stay Open. They're not looking for $1 million. They're looking for $50,000. Now, you're going to say, well, why 50,000? You know, Todd, why 50,000 and not 15,000 TC? And here's why. By the time Brit's done with this, not only does she have to pay the 15,000 that she hasn't been able to pay because her business hasn't been able to be open because the governor, in his dictatorial Marxist control, it's a form of fascism, has determined that Brit's business doesn't qualify to be open, doesn't qualify for any monies because she doesn't have strippers, she is in a bar or a restaurant, and she doesn't seat more than 1,500 people. Now, Senator Draham's business qualifies for relief monies, but Brit's doesn't. Brit's doesn't qualify because Brit's not in a position of power. Brit's not in a position where she has the ear of the governor. Brit needs our help, Minnesota. Brit needs our help, patriots. Brit needs us. There are countless other businesses out there, but like Brit points out, she doesn't have a storefront. She doesn't have a place where people can show up and get a cup of coffee and drop a $20 bill. She doesn't have a place where people can come in for a drink and drop a 20. She can't open in defiance of the governor if people are canceling, okay? There's no way for her to do that. And Brit's not alone. But I've met Brit now. Not face to face, but through conversation and through the conversation that we had here on the channel. I've met Brit. We've interacted some. Brit's not politically motivated. Brit's not out here trying to stick it to the governor because she can't stand Democrats. Brit's not out here at demanding any kind of reparations for something that she had no control over. Brit's just saying, I just want to run my business. Brit's saying, I'm going to lose it all. See, Brit is an example of the long-term effects of a pandemic that's been overblown and overplayed by Commissar Tim Walz of the People's State of Marxisota. Brit needs our help. What are you going to do, Minnesota? Are you going to sit back and ignore her and say, I don't live over there. I don't have any stock in this business. I can't do anything. I'll go to a restaurant. I'll go support a business that can be open, but I can't help her. What am I supposed to do? Look, there's only 380 some people that subscribe to my channel. Most of my videos, I'm lucky if I get 500 views on a good video. Some of them get even more. I don't care if you watch this video and unsubscribe to me, block me on Facebook, whatever. Help Brit. Put your money where your mouth is. I'm sick and freaking tired of everybody talking about, oh, I'm tired of all this stuff. I'm tired of businesses being shut down. I'm tired of people losing their businesses. What are we going to do? Here's where the rubber meets the road, patriots. Here's where you can put your money where your mouth is, constitutionalists. Help her. Do something for her. Please, I'm begging you. This wasn't easy for her. It wasn't easy for her to start the business. It wasn't easy for her to get the business going under her name. And this damn sure hasn't been easy for her to sit here by no problem that she created for herself, be in a position to need to pay $15,000 by March or lose her business. Not because she's financially mismanaged her life, not because she's financially irresponsible and destitute, because she's made bad decisions, but because the dictator-in-chief of the People's State of Marxisota, Commissar Tim Walz, has determined her business isn't worth saving. That's the long-term side effect. You want to know why the suicide rates in the state of Minnesota are climbing? It's crap like this. Brit, I have nothing but respect for you. Don't you dare feel bad for asking for help. Misogynistic, dirty, foul people who own strip clubs don't deserve help. You do. Step up, Minnesota. Step up, patriots. Step up, constitutionalists. Patriot needs your help. Now's the time.